Hi, my name is Anya. This is your luminosity yoga video for the lunar eclipse in Pisces in August 2026. Let's start by sitting on our mats. And if you like, grab some props to make yourself comfortable. So we're in the midst of the second eclipse season of a year, and we have a change on the nodal axis, or we have had a change. So the South Node has moved into Leo and the North Node into Aquarius. However, we do have a last lunar eclipse now on the North Node in Pisces, which is finishing like a wider cycle of eclipses, which have been going through the signs of Pisces, mutable water, and one on the opposite side of the scale, being Virgo, mutable earth. And so the full moon happens close to the North Node of the moon. And the lunar nodes, there are two parts where the moon's orbit actually crosses the apparent part of the sun. And it's a partial lunar eclipse, so that means we will see it in different parts of the world, probably as like, you can see this kind of shadow moving in front of a moon, and you have this red orbit visible. And as with all eclipses, we have this sudden kind of dimming of the light, and then afterwards a sort of revelation. And this is also something which is very typical of all the eclipses, and maybe specific for Pisces, because Pisces has a lot to do with vision, but also illusion, and sometimes not being able to see so clearly and to understand so well. So even though there is an energy of kind of finishing and assimilating, an energy of growth and development and moving into the future with this, whatever we have learned in the part of our charts that relates to Pisces during the last 2.5 years. At the same time, it still might take time to become more graspable, or for us to be able to really integrate that. So the Pisces is, as I said, mutable water, to do with dreams, illusions, visions, the sign of creativity and spirituality, and of trusting in higher guidance. It is ruled in traditional astrology by Jupiter, and Jupiter is now in Leo for a whole year still. And in modern astrology, it's ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is in Aries. So, in a sense, even though it is a water eclipse, it means to answer to the fire. The fire kind of rules this watery lunar eclipse. So we might have both of these elements very present, the fire and the water, and we certainly have seen that in the world in kind of mundane aspects of our weather, like a lot of heat and then a lot of water, and possibly both, like droughts or wildfires and then kind of floods. So, yeah, all of these things might still be part of our kind of current reality, depending on where we are on the globe. And so even though, like, usually on a full moon, it's like you start to see like the full picture of something you have seeded early on in the cycle. As I said, it's kind of finishing a cycle, and it might be asking us to be able to, where have we become more able to receive and trust in higher guidance, and kind of maybe find a new way of being, relating to these Piscean qualities of surrender, forgiveness, and alignment with higher guidance and vision. And of course, as always, we have the whole spectrum from Pisces to Virgo. And whereas Virgo is a lot about just being really very factual and, in a sense, data orientated or very kind of practical, even though we're on the Pisces kind of part of that eclipse, it is always a bit of a movement that also asks us to take both into account. And what I found very interesting in Vedic astrology, this placement of this nodal axis where the North Node is in Pisces and the North Node in Vedic astrology is Rahu. And the South Node is Ketu, and Ketu being in Virgo, it says about, so there was a quote saying that it's about releasing your expectations of how enlightenment is to be achieved, or even the concept, the idea that it is achievable. So that's also something you might want to take with you into your practice. And in medical astrology, Pisces is related to the feet and also the lymphatic system and the immune system on a wider scale, let's say. And so I invite you to a very simple practice that helps us open up the feet and get in touch with that grounding, which is very important as the energies are so intense and, let's say, so volatile. That we do take care of our grounding, and our nervous system cannot be emphasized more. And as I said, also with this fiery energy and being in the year of the fire horse, which you may have heard, which comes from traditional Chinese astrology. So very important for us to really put our feet onto the ground and to really feel and to open up possibly parts of our feet that are otherwise a bit dormant. And I invite you to start with both a mudra for Rahu. And this comes from traditional Indian dance. And it's a Navagraha mudra. So we start with the right hand, and you put your index finger up, you curl the other fingers in, and you hold the other fingers, it's only three, the small, the pinky, the ring finger, and the middle finger, hold them down with your thumb. And for the other hand, the left hand, you slightly curve or like curl your fingers a little bit, kind of imitating like the hood of a cobra head. So we have these two parts of the mudra. So see if you can actually get that. And then we're going to chant a mantra to really align with, or like, let's say, call upon the beneficial energies of Rahu. Rahu is very much respected and possibly even feared in Vedic astrology. And what we want to do is to actually acknowledge the energy and to call upon its beneficial qualities. And help us align with ours. So the mantra is Om Dum Ram Rahave Namaha. Om Dum Ram Rahave Namaha. And we're going to chant that 9 times. So let's take a deep inhale. And really exhale through the mouth. Feel your seat on the ground. We do that 2 more times. Deep inhale. Take a moment to hold the breath at the top. And then exhaling and letting go of any stress and tension and energies that might distract us. One more time, deep inhale. And exhale. And we're going to start with the mantra. Om Dum Ram Rahave Namaha. 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 Bring the hands together in front of your heart into Anjali Mudra, prayer position. And thumbs touch your sternum and the palms of your hands, gently pushing into each other, the elbows out, taking a deep inhale. Deep exhale. And just allowing yourself to align with assimilating the energies of this lunar eclipse and balancing its energies within your system. Let's bring that into the body with your breath. And then bring your hands down and rub your feet together. Wonderful. And as I said, we're going to really open up the feet. And I'd like you to start with giving a short massage. And we're going to start with kidney 1. So that point is kind of, you can find it just where the ball here of the foot, where it actually changes color of the flesh, and then in the center of that, kind of between the second and third toe, that's kidney 1. And just massage that point. So just place that foot into your lap and take one foot. I'm starting with the right one, and just massage it gently. You can't do anything wrong. So we're stimulating the kidney meridian, which is also relating to the water element. Kidney and bladder being the water meridians in our chart, in our organs, in our system. And just giving that a bit of a boost, very important for, as I said, for our nervous system, our sleep patterns, kidney energy, of course, also for releasing toxins, And then we're gonna, you just take both fingers, both thumbs, and you're just gonna massage, the whole part here between your heel and the ball of the foot. So just massaging everything, and you can just go make circles, rub, whatever feels good. Also going between the toes. And keep breathing as you do that. Often we hold our breaths if it's something we're not that familiar with. And then you just take between your index finger and your thumb, you're going to take the outside of your foot and just rub up a few times. And you take your whole fist, left fist, and rotate here on your heel, just rotating movements to open it up. And then you take the foot between your hands, rub here at the ankle, and let the foot relax as you do that, giving it a bit of foot can release here. Wonderful. And then you take your fingers and place them between your toes as well as you can. And always being gentle. Every foot, every person is different. And then just moving your toes, spreading them, moving them back and forth a little bit. And if, like me, you have a bunion here, hallux, you can actually push a little bit with your thumb of the other hand to prevent it from going further out. And again, keep breathing. And you can also make rotating movements, opening the joints in both directions. Keep breathing as you do this. And I'm just holding here my leg very gently. If you prefer to do this on a chair, that's totally fine. Wonderful. And then shake it out for a second. And change sides. So again, we're going to start with kidney 1 point. Just massaging that, giving a boost to our immune system, our kidneys. And especially important, a releasing function. So we want to release whatever is not aligned at this point. Possibly things relating to our maybe more Virgo part of our chart, maybe inner dialogue around criticism, self-criticism, judgment, over control, things like that. It might be something like that, where we are now able to lean more into trusting. And again, just start massaging the whole foot. Take both of your thumbs, where we can lean more into trusting higher guidance. And of course, important that we take time and we slow down to be able to receive that wisdom. So we can actually act from that place of listening. And you can go between the toes as you massage. And again, take the other hand, thumb and index finger, and just place the outside of your foot between those two and just move it up. Move your hand upwards towards the little toe. And then I'm taking, again, the other hand and making rotating movements here with the fist on the heel, opening up the heel. And keep breathing as you do this. And I'm holding my leg from underneath now, spreading the fingers, placing the fingers between the toes and opening up that way, and gently moving the toes, pushing if you have this kind of bunion or hallux, just gently pushing the bone in with the thumb of the other hand can help it. And you can start to make slight rotating movements. Again, always just make sure every foot is different, every person is different. So see where your edge is, be gentle, listen to what your feet need, what they are good with and what not. And again, we just check it out for a moment. Rub our feet together again. Wonderful. And you're just going to place the feet in front of you and make sure that you sit nice and tall. You have like a long spine, and you're very welcome to sit on something if that helps you with the hips. Place your hands next to you. And then we're going to breathe along the spine as we move the feet. So we point the feet and then we flex them. So the toes face the sky, pointing toes face forward. And bring your feet as wide as your mat. And then exhale. Bring them up towards the sky. One slow one, and then we do a few faster ones. And keep breathing along the spine. Maybe you can avoid being very mesmerized by the feet. They can manage without you looking at them. Breathe deeply. Very good. And now we're going to do something funny. So I'm going to point the feet, but I'm going to bring the toes up. So that might feel a bit weird. Okay, hold that for a second so you can actually feel that. And then you're going to flex the feet. And now you're going to bring the toes down as if you're curling them. Point the feet, toes go up. Flex the feet, toes go down. Point, toes go up. Flex, they go down. And if you're kind of getting a little bit confused, it's fine. Just do your best and enjoy. Giving so much attention to the feet and to the toes. And a few more times. Keep breathing. And then we're just going to rotate both feet outwards and see that they're really far apart. So you can really see how far can they go in, how far can they go out. Again, breathe along the spine, sit with a tall spine. If you can, just rest your hands in your lap, but still sitting upright. And then we're going to change directions. And again, how wide can you go out and in? And keep breathing as you do that. Breathing deeply. And again, just give it a moment just to check. Great. Wonderful. So we're just going to come front. So just coming on all fours. And we're going to bring that, tuck both feet under and sit back on our heels. I'm not tucked on the toes. And bring the arms back, open the heart towards the sky. Inhale here. Exhale, come front. And bring the heart forward. Inhale here. Exhale, rounding the lower middle upper back. And again, just walk the hands back. And interlace the fingers the other way and bring the arms up. Inhale here. And then exhale, just open the hands the other way so the insides of your arms turn front and fingers face you. And gently pouring your weight into the wrists rather than forcing. And then flat feet as you go back. And very gently just see if you can stretch the back of your feet. Yeah, no forcing. And then we're going to come front. Again, all fours. We're going to extend the right leg, toes tucked under, and we'll bring the foot a little bit further back. And then we're just going to shift the weight between the wrists and the foot. And see that all 5 toes are on the ground. Often we only have 3.5 or something on there. And the whole ball of the right foot, stretching into that. And come into plank for a second and put the other foot down. And again, you can bring it a little bit further back. And we shift and check again. Are really all 5 toes here involved? And if not, just bring the foot a little bit closer, make sure they are. And breathing deeply. Bring your ribs in. Inhale here, exhale. Come into plank. And again, take a moment just to feel all 10 toes now. And you can check as you look back. And then bring your gaze between your thumbs. Lift the back of your head and also lift your ribs. Bring the knees down, knees, chest, and chin. And then bring your arms back. And we're just gonna extend the right leg and bring the back of the foot down and the left leg. And then we're gonna come up with the upper body. Float the arms up, inhale here. Exhale, hands under the shoulders and forehead down. Come up on all fours. Again, tuck the toes under and see how it is now. Maybe it's already quite different. And we're going to come into downward facing dog. Bring your feet wide. Come up on the toes, inhale, bend one knee. Bring the other heel to the ground. Inhale. Again, check all 10 toes on the ground. And then exhale, bend the other knee. Do that a few times. Really bring the sitting bones up towards the sky. Relax your head. And then gently walk towards your hands. And again, just feel. And bring the hands on the outsides of your shins, bend the knees. And then now really feel the whole foot on the ground and all 4 points. Mound of a big toe, the pinky, outside and inside of your heel in the back. So lift up and out of the instep of your feet, the inner arches. And keep along back. You can bend the knees, breathing here, and then exhale, folding forward. And then feel the lift in the outside arches and the inside arches. Again, as you bend knees, find a long spine. Exhale, folding forward. And release the arms, shake out the head. And pucker your lips and just relax everything. Except for the feet. The feet are very active, but you can totally release the spine. Take 3 deep breaths here. And bend the knees as much as you need to, while at the same time we see if you can slowly move, shift the weight towards the front of the feet, extending the toes. Really open all 10 toes. And the inside of your legs, inside of your knees. Slowly bring the tailbone down. And we roll up 1 vertebra at a time, all the way up. And then we roll the shoulders back. Wonderful. Yeah, and then we're going to come up. So bring the feet hip width distance. And make sure you really feel them on the ground. So again, all the 4 points, insides, outside, of the front and the back of the foot. And then we're gonna come up, inhale on the count of 4, coming up on the toes, bringing the arms up. Exhale on the count of 4, and you count for yourself. Coming up, inhale on the count of 4. Exhaling down on the count of 5. And then in 4, X6. In 4, X7. And in 4, X8. And if it's a little bit wobbly, as it is for me, no problem. You're training all the micro muscles and bones in the feet. Bring the feet together all the way if you can. Bring the hands in front of your heart. Inhale, coming up on the toes. And then again, gently pushing hands into each other, thumbs into your sternum. Coming down into a squat. And see if you can align your shoulders with your hips. Breathing deeply here. And again, just feel amazing training for your ankles. And also use your center to support you. Deep inhale here. And then exhale if you can. Really go back without the hands. Otherwise, use your hands, obviously. You don't want to hurt yourself. Wonderful. And then bring your legs up. Lift the heart. Flex the feet. Bring thumb and index finger together for our Jupiter ruled mudra. Jupiter ruled lunation. Or eclipse rather. And then exhale. Bring the feet down. And we're gonna go into the Lord of the Fish pose, Matsyendrasana. We're gonna start with an easy version. So extend your left leg. Bring your right leg close to you. And as you can sit on something higher than I am, on a blanket or even higher. And place the right foot on the outside of your left leg. And sit nice and tall. Bring your hands into your groins. Pull your sitting bones down. And then bring your right hand behind you, bring your left arm up, inhale, and then hug the right leg towards you. And really find your center for the spine. Deep inhale. And on your exhale, bring your shoulder blades closer together and pull the belly against the spine. And you can totally decide yourself how far you want to twist. It can be a gentle twist. It can be deeper twist. You can place that hand on the outside. As you wish, you can even go into a bind. And then exhale, we're going to do a little counter twist. And then we're going to change sides. Extend the right leg. Bring the left foot on the outside here. Bring your left arm behind you. Inhale. Nice and tall. And then exhale, coming into your twist again, choosing the variation that you like. And you can also place your hands into the groin with the bent leg, pulling the sitting bones down. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, twisting from your waist. Bring the shoulder blades closer to each other, breathing deeply. And anchor that twist at the exhale. Bring the belly against the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, little counter twist. And one more time, we change sides. So if you can, so we're going to place the right leg on the outside of the left one. And if you can also bend the lower leg. But again, make sure that you're really sitting on both of your sitting bones and that the sole of your right foot is flat on the ground, the knee pointing upward. Right. So see if that works for you. If that's too much, you can either elevate yourself or you just keep that lower leg extended. Bringing your left arm up. And again, you can find your variation like this, like that. You could even consider a bind. I'm going to stay with the simpler version. Deep inhale, finding length. And exhale. And I'm going to ground. I'm grounding through my sitting bones and through the tailbone as I bring the crown towards the sky, opening the heart. Bring the shoulder blades closer. Deep in and exhale. And I really feel the right foot now. Feel the contact of the whole sole of the foot with the ground. Inhale here. Exhale, release, little counter twist. I'm going to round the back here, release the head. And changing one more time. So placing left foot on the outside of my right thigh and actually bending the right leg as well. And then finding length in the spine and coming into the twist. Close your eyes. And very suitable posture, Matsyendrasana, Lord of the Fishes pose for our Pisces lunar eclipse. And take some deep breaths here. And then again, exhale, little counter twist. And then come back into a comfortable seated posture. Whatever that means to you. You can even sit on a chair. And we're going to find a mudra again. So with our left hand, with our right hand, index finger points up, curling the other three and hold them down with the thumb. And with our left one, we slightly curl the fingers to imitate this kind of cobra head. And we bring the hand slightly in front of us. Close the eyes. And then we breathe in on the count of 4. Hold on the count of 4. Exhale on the count of 8. If any of those are too long for you, you adapt it so you don't stress as you practice this pranayama, and see if you can slowly extend. Inhale 4. Hold 4. Exhale 8. And a few more rounds. Inhale 4. Hold 4. Exhale 8. Last round. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 8. And we bring the hands together in front of our hearts. Just take a moment to think about something you are thankful for in your life. And it really doesn't matter what it is, whatever it is that makes you smile and fills your heart. Just think about that for a moment. And let that energy spread across your entire body so that every cell of you can feel that sense of gratitude. And with that intention, let's close with one arm. Take a deep exhale. Inhale for the arm. And we're dedicating the merits of practice to all beings without one exception. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Anya. Please join me for my Thursday night Zoom classes. And I really look forward to seeing you for the next lunar cycle. And share the video with like-minded souls. And please also give me your feedback in the show notes on how this eclipse is actually affecting you and what growth, what development you might be noticing, or what questions might come up during this time. So thank you so much, and bye for now. See you in a couple of weeks.